Bhagavan ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Shri Advaita Acharya ki jai. Go Brahmanandi Hari Hari Bol. So today is the appearance day of Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, who is such an important personality in our Vaishnava Gaudiya Sampradaya. So we are going to speak on the Holy Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, chapter 6, verse 28. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Haridon Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyayon. So Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidon.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidan.
Jivanishkarila Krishna Bhakti Karidan.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyanan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyanan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyanan.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidan.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyana.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyanan.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidan.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhakti Vyakyan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyanan.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidan.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyanan.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidhan.
Jivanishtarila Krishna Bhakti Karidan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyan.
Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakyanan.
Jiva,
Jiva,
the living entities.
the living entities.
Nishtarila,
Nishtarila,
delivered.
the word.
Krishna Bhakti,
Krishna Bhakti.
Devotional service to Lord Krishna.
Devotional service to Lord Krishna.
Kari,
Hari,
making.
making.
Dana,
Dana,
gift.
gift.
Gita Bhagavate.
Gita Bhagavate.
In the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam.
In the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam.
Kaila performed.
Performed.
Bhaktira Vyakhyana.
Bhaktira.
Explanation of devotional service.
Explanation of devotional service.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He delivered all living entities by offering the gift of Krishna Bhakti. He explains the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of devotional service. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Although Sri Advaita Prabhu is an incarnation of Vishnu, for the welfare of the conditioned souls, he manifested himself as a servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and throughout all his activities, he showed himself to be an eternal servitor. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda also manifested the same principle, although they also belong to the category of Vishnu. If Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda and Advaita Prabhu had exhibited their all-powerful Vishnu potencies within this material world, people would have become greater impersonalists, monists, and self-worshippers than they had already become under the spell of this age. Therefore, the personality of Godhead and these different incarnations and forms played the part of devotees to instruct the conditioned souls how to approach the transient stage of devotional service. Advaita Acharya especially intended to teach the conditioned souls about devotional service. The word Acharya means teacher. The special function of such a teacher is to make people Krishna conscious. A bona fide teacher, following in the footsteps of Advaita Acharya, has no other business than to spread the principles of Krishna consciousness all over the world. The real qualification of an Acharya is that he presents himself as a servant of the Supreme. Such a bona fide Acharya can never support the demoniac activities of atheistic men who present themselves as God. It is the main business of an Acharya to defy such impostors posted as God before the innocent public. Om Agyana Tirandasya Gyana Gyana Sarakaya
Sasurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah.
Sri
Chaitanya Manobhisham Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Svapadantikam
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu
Dina Bandhu Jagapate
Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kachana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Translation again. He, Advaita Acharya, delivered all living beings by offering the gift of Krishna Bhakti. He explains the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of devotional service. Hare Krishna. So, here is the opportunity to speak today of a great person in our line, in our Vaishnava line, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Actually, we chant his name every day before chanting the Mahamantra Hare Krishna. It is recommended by our Acharyas that we speak the Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Gaura Bhaktavrinda. And these names, these holy, these holy names, so to speak, Shushoda Pashifa Ki Jai, Jagadat Baladev Swadev Ki Jai, Shila Sashista Goreitaki Jai. These holy names, so to speak, are the 5 aspects of Panchatattva, that is to say, the absolute truth, divided or examined in 5, or presented in 5 features. There is another verse, another sloka in our line, which describes the glories of the Panchatattva, and it is actually coming from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which says, and we pronounce this prayer sometimes, Panchatattva Makam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhakta Kyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam, which means, I offer obeisances unto the Supreme Lord, Krishna, who is non-different from his features as a devotee, devotional manifestation, devotional incarnation, pure devotee, and devotional energy. So, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, and especially Jiva Goswamis and Rupa Goswami, they have elaborated on the subject of Panchatattva, which is a very important aspect of our Achintya Veda Veda Tattva philosophy. After the disappearance from this planet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there was a need to build a strong structure in Vaishnava philosophy, in Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, so that it can be, after the passing away of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to be spread all over the world. And so to come back to these 5 aspects of spiritual truth, Panchatattva, 5 aspects. Let's take the features one by one. So here is Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, God himself, appearing as a devotee of Krishna, is the first feature of Panchatattva. Then there is Prabhu Nityananda, the second aspect of Panchatattva, who is the first personal expansion of Lord Krishna, appearing as Lord Balaram. Then the third one is Bhaktavataram, the Bhakta, and the pure Bhakta, actually. Appearance actually acting as Srivastaku, and who also takes the roles of Narada Muni, the pure devotee of the Lord, who spreads actually Krishna Bhakti not only on this planet, but on other planets and on other universes also. Then there is the personal expansion of Lord Krishna, Shakti expansion, potency, that is to say Srimati Radharani, in the form of Gadadhar Pandit, expansion, who is the manifestation of Srimati Radharani, the Bhakti personified. And the 5th aspect is, I forgot one, I think I've got, yes? Shri Advaita, and of course, Shri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, who is the first expansion of Lord Krishna, Vishnu himself, and actually also he is considered as Shiva. And as you can make the link, there is Krishna, Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. These are the aspects of Trimurti Krishna Bhagavan, who is the master of the three modes of material nature. So let's take a few aspects of the life of Sri Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya appeared on this planet in the year 1434. Long time before, actually, exactly long time before the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he passed away in 1559 or 1539. I found two dates actually. So I cannot say which one is the right one. But it makes that Sri Advaita Prabhu may have had a duration of life of either 105 years, which was quite a long life, or either 125 years. But I cannot say which one is the one, but still it is quite a long life. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared on the planet, Advaita Acharya already was 62 years already. 62 years. He was a leader of a Vaishnava community in Bengal. At this time, actually, Vaishnava communities, as we can see, were not as united as it is nowadays. There were groups of Nama Harinam, Sankirtan in various houses in Bengal, around the town of Navadvip, Nadia district. And there were, of course, Srivas Thakur, who was performing kirtan in his place, near Shuddhamayapur, and also Sri Advaita Acharya, who was in Shantipur performing Harinam. And it is said that Advaita Acharya was born in the place of Sor, yes, of Lor, Sor, which is in a common place nowadays in Bangladesh. And then he moved with his family sometime after with his father in Shantipur, which is not so far from Shuddhamayapur. And it is said that Advaita Acharya was the son of a great pandit of this time, Kubera Pandit, and his mother was Naba Devi. So both Brahmins, and Kubera Pandit was a pandit at the court of a king of the time. At this time there were many kings, small kings, but still kings, in Bengal and in other places of India. Advaita Acharya had two wives. The one we know most is Sita Thakurani, and the other one is Sri Mataji. They are said to be the incarnations of Yoga Maya. Advaita Acharya had 6 sons. And this is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila, and when it is described the branch or the tree of Bhakti Yoga and the tree of the Advaita Acharya line, and 6 of these sons are devotees of Krishna, and 3 others didn't choose the path of Bhakti, clearly speaking. And one of the sons of Advaita Acharya has become a very famous devotee in the name of Achyutananda Prabhu, who is supposed to be considered in our line as a great saintly person. He has been described by Kavi Karnapur in one of his texts as a great saint. Actually, as the incarnation of Kartikeya, who is actually one of Krishna's sons. Yes, and Advaita Acharya had a very famous disciple. Oh, first of all, before having disciples, he has to be himself a disciple. And he is himself a disciple of Madhavendra Puri, the great Acharya. And he's a god brother of Nityananda Prabhu and Ishvara Puri. So all great personalities in Vaishnava Sampradaya line. And he became the bona fide guru of a special personality. Who knows? Namacharya Shira Haridas Thakur. And actually, Advaita Acharya is said to be present when when Namacharya Haridas Thakur appeared on this planet, and he immediately felt that he was a great personality. Although Haridas Thakur appeared in a Muslim family. But immediately Advaitacharya said, oh, this is a very special person, and therefore he is a manifestation of Lord Brahma. And actually, to be the guru of such a personality as Haridas Thakur made that Advaitacharya got some trouble for this. Because at this time, the Smata Brahmanas had great power, caste Brahmanas had great powers, and therefore it was not considered to be a nice thing to instruct in the path of Bhakti Marg, a person from a Muslim background. And this person, Haridas Thakur, became, as we know, a super great devotee, and this was not to be accepted by the caste Brahmins. And therefore there are a few stories about Advaitacharya having to really face the arguments and even offenses, great offenses, on the part of the caste Brahmins, Smata Brahmins. But still, anyway, there needed to be much more offenses to be committed, so to stop him in the path of devotional service. And of course, Advaitacharya is the one who is known to have welcomed Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on our planet, so to speak. And there is the story which is described in various scriptures, in which we see Advaitacharya, who is very sad, seeing the appearance of the manifestation of the age of Kali. The age of Kali, of course, has started long before, but still, and we are still at the beginning of the age of Kali. Let's imagine what it will be at the end. But anyway, already Advaitacharya was sad. He saw that there was cow killing already, even in Bengal. He saw that there were drinkers already. There were games and so on and so forth. So many sinful activities performed. And so he was so sad, and because he had a soft heart, the soft heart of a devotee, he pleaded Lord Krishna to please do something. Please, my Lord, please appear on this planet. And therefore he started to offer prayers to Lord Krishna on the banks of river Ganges. He had a small Shalagram Shila, and he offered very regularly for many months. It is said for many months, 6 months or even more. Every day he would perform his puja in front of the Ganges and offer Shalagram Shila and Ganga water to his Shalagram Shila, and having strong faith that Lord Krishna one day would appear. But still he pleaded so that Lord Krishna would please come on this planet and save the fallen conditioned souls. And here we can recall actually the story which is described at the beginning of 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in which Lord Bhumi, appearing in the shape of a cow, is approaching Lord Brahma to please my Lord, do something. You see, there is I am really mistreated on this planet Earth, and therefore I am planet Earth personified, and people perform so many sinful activities. There must be something to be done. Otherwise, what will happen? We don't know. So therefore, she approached Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma went with other devatas, with other demigods, on the banks of the ocean of milk, near the place of Svetvadvipa, where Lord Vishnu is here. Actually, Karunatakashayi Vishnu, Yeah. No, Kshirodakasha Vishnu. Kshirodakasha Vishnu, yes. Yes. Kshira is milk, yes. and they started to, the devatas, they started to chant Purusha Shukta prayer, and hearing the prayers of the demigods, the devatas, Lord Vishnu decided that he would descend on earth, and he appeared as Lord Krishna, as we know. And more or less in the same situation, it's not the same context, but there is parallel, more or less. Advaita Acharya prayed so much that he was heard in the spiritual realm, and therefore Lord Krishna appeared on the planet in the guise of a pure devotee of his holy person. And he started the Nama Harinam, the Harinam Sankirtan, and he installed the Harinam Sankirtan as the Yuga Dharma, the religion for this age, for the thousands years to come. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Vati Varam, Karunasti, Vanasti, Vagati, Ranyata. Yes. So, Lord Krishna never comes on the planet alone. He's always with his associates. When we depict Krishna on a picture, there is always his companions, the cows, Balarams, the gopis sometimes, and the flute. Everything is animated in the spiritual world. So everything is a person in the spiritual world. So even Krishna appearing alone, so sometimes on a picture, is never alone. And in the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna himself, golden avatar, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, golden avatar, is never alone. He's always with his companions. And therefore we chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Yes. And all the companions, they chant Hare Krishna all the time, and they spread the message of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is one very important aspect of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Not only, and his companions, not only they spread the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, of course, but they also spread the religion of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And through them also many aspects of our common days practices of devotional service are established, such as Ekadashi Day, for instance, and many other aspects of devotional service. So here in the purport, it is explained, or in the verse, it is explained that Advaita Acharya, he delivered all living entities by offering the gift of Krishna Bhakti. Krishna Bhakti. He explains the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of devotional service. Yes. Srila Prabhupada himself, when he gives an introduction to Bhagavad Gita, or a preface to Bhagavad Gita, he explains that actually there are many versions of Bhagavad Gita. Mm-hmm. But Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is very special, because it is Bhagavad Gita as it is, with a special focus made on Bhakti. But actually there is not a need to make a special focus on Bhakti when explaining Bhagavad Gita. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti is present everywhere, practically speaking. And if you study Bhagavad Gita, you see that at the conclusion of every chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there is a verse about Bhakti. For instance, if I can recall one among others, at the end of chapter 6, I believe, which is end of chapter 6.
Anushanam? Anushanam Sastrishu?
No.
Yoginam api sarvesham.
Yoginam api sarvesham katirana ratmana Shadavam bhajate yomam ebam. Vata. Oh, sorry, I have to read in good English, in good Sanskrit. Otherwise, no good. Let's say Bhagavad Gita 6:47. Yes. Yoginam api sarvesham madgate nantar atmanaha Shadavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. And of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, is the most intimately entwined with me in yoga, and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Krishna's opinion, delivering the holy message of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So yes, there are many versions of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, but Advaita Acharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, they gave a special light of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam with the aspect of bhakti, which is prominent. And actually, you have to be really mad to just imagine Bhagavad Gita without bhakti, or Srimad Bhagavatam without bhakti. Because these two texts actually deals with bhakti, as we said, practically speaking, in all aspects. But still it is true, if you have a crazy mind, you can have some verses of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, or even in Srimad Bhagavatam, that may be, let's say, interpreted in let's say, impersonating views. But this is the role of the Acharya, to give the interpretation of the scriptures in the real definition. And sometimes Srila Prabhupada was criticized when he was translating Srimad Bhagavatam, because sometimes we find verses in which, if you read the Sanskrit, there is not Krishna really put in the verse. and Srila Prabhupada gives the same verse in Sanskrit and in translating into English, quoting the verse Krishna. So people, scholars, or even devotees sometimes, but Srila Prabhupada, excuse me, your divine grace, but there is no Krishna in the Sanskrit. So there isn't a little difficulty, hard to understand. But Srila Prabhupada, yes, I put Krishna everywhere. We have to put Krishna everywhere. And actually it doesn't really change the meaning of the verse. Actually, it gives the full meaning of the verse to the verse. And we see that actually bhakti is the life and soul of the devotee. Without bhakti, there is no bhakti yoga. And we are called bhaktas. And bhaktas, a bhakta is the one who performs bhakti. And bhakti is linked with bhakti yoga. Yoga means to rely, to be related to, or to be in connection with. So bhakti yoga is to be in connection with Krishna. And bhakti is life and soul. And bhakti is defined by the acharyas. And bhakti is really lived by the acharyas. They all live in bhakti, and if we have to really get an example from Sri Advaita Acharya, is to take him as what he is, that is to say, a pure devotee of the Lord. And when the Lord sees the purity of the devotee, he can do everything. And in this way, we see that Advaita Acharya was so let's say, eager to see Lord Krishna, to have Lord Krishna appear, that really he could not resist, practically speaking. Lord Krishna is described in commentary to Brahma Samhita by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur as the transcendental autocrat. Krishna can do, and he does everything he wants. And this is the privilege, Lord Krishna's privilege. Krishna does what he wants. It is said that Lord Krishna is supposed to appear at various moments of the universe. In each day of Brahma, Lord Krishna is supposed to appear on earth. This is said in the scriptures. But still, if Krishna doesn't want to appear every day of Brahma on our planet, he is free to do so. Krishna is a transcendental autocrat. But still, there is one thing in which Krishna cannot resist. It is Krishna Bhakti. In Krishna Bhakti, that is to say, the appeal of such great devotees as ADVAIT Acharya were pleading, my Lord, please do something, please come on this planet, please come to recover the fallen, to save the fallen conditioned souls. Because the devotee of Krishna is so kind that he doesn't think so much of himself. He is very concerned about the welfare of others. And seeing the welfare of others, he becomes jubilant. And so ADVAIT Acharya was not so much concerned of being himself elevated to transcendental realm, although actually he was already, because he's a pure devotee. But he manifested himself as just let's say, a normal bhakta. We consider him as a pure devotee, and even more than a pure devotee, because he's an incarnation of the Lord, Shiva and Vishnu. So this is a very special person. But still, he played the role of a bhakta, who is very concerned about the welfare of others, and therefore Krishna, hearing his prayers and seeing his pure heart, decided to appear. Krishna never resists to bhakti, and this is why on the altar there is also bhakti personified in the guise of Srimati Radharani, who is Krishna himself actually, in the guise of another person. It is said that Krishna, the source of all energy, cannot be separated from his energies. And his internal energy is Srimati Radharani, Gadadhar Pandit actually. So, there is, yesterday was celebrated in France, I don't know in other countries, but as La Saint-Valentin, Saint Valentine Day, where the lover is supposed to offer flowers to his beloved. So here we have the transcendental lover, Lord Krishna, who is eternally present in the spiritual realm in Goloka Vrindavan, with his personal beloved, Srimati Radharani. And on the planet, this is a perverted reflection, but actually there is no harm to offer flowers to our beloved if we see her as a nice devotee of Lord Krishna, and if she is a nice lady assisting ourselves from Grihasthas in the path of devotional service to Lord Krishna. No harm. Even recommended. So
you should have seen the flower shop yesterday. We passed by the shower floor, and it was the evening, so nobody bought flowers, and the flower shop is filled. So
Bhakti can manifest in many aspects, let's pray Lord Krishna that we can manifest our bhakti following in the footsteps of Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu and become one day pure devotees of the Lord. Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Do you have any questions or any comments?
He's looking at you.
Huh? Yes. Yes.
Straight there.
Yes. Yes. Actually, before there was a picture of Krishna who is with Srimati Radharani and combing her hair right in the temple in the place of this picture. And Jananda Maharaj, he said, no, this is too intimate. And therefore he said, for common people, to display intimate Krishna pastimes in the temple is not right. So he decided, yes, we should put Panchatattva. Panchatattva who is really for everyone. Because otherwise if you see Lord Krishna combing the hair of his girlfriend in the temple room, this is a little too much to understand, and we can commit offenses. But here is a Panchatattva, and this is actually the exact picture of the one who was in Krishna in Sri Prabhupada's first temple in New York. And therefore this is a great picture. And when we chant Hare Krishna, we should actually remember this picture, remember Panchatattva and chant always Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All the comments? Yes. So here there is an interesting quote among others. If Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda and Advaita Prabhu had exhibited their all-powerful Vishnu potencies within this material world, people would have become greater impersonalists. So how to understand this? How to understand this? Because, to my understanding, if we can not really understand the power of Vishnu and even the aspect of Vishnu, and therefore if people they just consider Vishnu if Lord Krishna appears only as Lord Vishnu, it may be a little difficult for people to understand. And Krishna is difficult to understand, and to make himself more available to people in the fallen age of Kali, he appears as a devotee of himself. This is why he advantage himself in the aspect of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But of course, for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also there is another reason. That Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, wanted to taste also the nectar of the feeling experienced by Srimati Radharani, worshipping himself as alone, the rasa. So many things can be done, and this is quite elevated topics, and we may not feel so qualified to speak of such topics. Hare Krishna. But we hope to become qualified by following the Bhakti Marg and the instructions of Guru Maharaj and the teachings of His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Advaita Acharya Prabhu ki Jai. Go Pramanandi. Hare Hare.
Prabhu ki